So since May last year, we have the British pound down over 40% to the previous low of this little arrow over here. 40% down in the last year, which is absolutely insane. And if you have a look at the rest, I can't believe how the dollar is absolutely overpowering everything right now. Now, what's the point of this? The point of this is we are hitting such a big capitulation from the major currencies to the dollar right now. We've been speaking about this chart, which is the Dixie. And when is this thing going to slow down? We have been ripping for weeks and months of non-end to the upside of the dollar, continuously getting strong. And for me, it's capitulating to the top. We've hit RSIs that we haven't seen in the last 40 years. We've seen the US 10 Treasury yield also hitting levels that hasn't hit for a long time. When is it going to stop? When are we finally going to have that stop? And what is happening right now? And if the currencies and the British pound and the euro and everything is capitulating right now, it is telling you to get out of the dollars. It may be now, it may be in the next week, in the next 2 weeks, but it's telling you to get out of the dollars as we are going to have a bounce. We are going to have a slowdown at Dixie at some point. We are hitting crazy, crazy, crazy levels. So yet another massive week in crypto. Bitcoin holding pretty strong over the weekend. Not reacting too much to this right now, but we do have the stock markets at such a critical level. It is now at that last support where if we don't hold this, there can be another 20% of the down points. So massive show, guys. Massive, massive, massive show. No more wasting time. James, smash the button.
Click, click. Have you heard the news? What? With his finger on the pulse, it's like Sheldon knew. Click, click. When the sniper shoots, we got Sheldon on the charts, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. So enter the sniper, click, click, click. Time to be dedicated, sniper mode is activated. Explosions in the market are in target, and Sheldon demonstrates. Mirror, mirror on the wall, Master Sheldon tell us all. We got Sheldon on the charts, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. Enter the sniper, click, click. Enter the sniper.
Yo, Banter fam, what's happening? If you're brand new, smash a like, smash the subscribe button, join the family. Make sure you're following my social media, Sheldon_Sniper on Twitter. Make sure on our Telegram, link is below. Make sure on our Discord, as the Discord is firing up all cylinders. We are doing our first private session in the next 24 hours, which is exciting. For you to qualify for that, you need to be using one of our description links below or one of our exchange links. Either if you're on our ByBit or our BitGet or our KuCoin, it does give you access to our VIP group on Discord, and this gets you live trading updates, short term trading, long term, and ideally it costs you nothing. You get in here, get tons of different calls. We do have the $400 challenge, which is dropping. That's the first private session. I'm tired of the wicks and the craziness, so we've decided to go private with these. And you will basically be sent the link, the private YouTube link on that group over there, and that's how you're going to get access to it. So join the Discord, join everything we got here. Tons of alpha, free alpha for you guys every day. Make sure you are on our BBS as well. Tons of charts and alpha here every single day. It saves you a lot of time. By finding all the good stuff, and it is free for you guys. Sign up below. It will help you guys, and it gives you tons of access to everything. So let's jump in. Wait, sorry. Before I do, if you do sign up, guys, on this Binance bonus over here, you do get up to $5 on trading. I know people are going to say $5, really? It's bear market, guys. $5 can help a lot of people. So by you signing up there, you do get $5 to start, and then later on, it's not up just yet. There is going to be a ByBit link below there. And if you deposit $1,000 with that ByBit link, deposit in there. You don't have to trade it or anything. They give you up to $100 on a 10x on ETH to trade. So you can either go long or short. They give you an extra $1,000 that you can trade with on that by using that link. So you will see it later on today below. But now it is time to jump into the news. What is happening right now? The British pound. Where are we sitting? This is crazy. We haven't seen levels like this in a very, very, very long time. And if we actually have a look, let me jump through to this one. There's a lot more data. Here we go. if you have a look where we at, let's jump through to the monthly. It's insane. I can't believe how much the dollar has strengthened to tons of these different currencies. Guys, we're sitting at levels where the British pound's back at 85, 1985. Look how long back it's been since we've hit these levels. Like what they've done with the dollar and how strong the dollar is right now is absolutely insane. But what we're not getting the picture of is we're starting to see a lot of these currencies hitting the similar signs of a capitulation. You know, we've been waiting for a Bitcoin capitulation. We haven't been getting that just yet. But we are getting massive signs here that every time that we've hit these areas, look at these RSIs. And I want to show you something because this is very important when it comes to the British pound and the euro and all of them, because this is where the focus is at right now. This is why we are waiting for some sort of reaction or some sort of movement in the crypto market. It's because we have the whole world falling apart. And I loved how it started a little drip effect, and look how it's hitting every single country now. I can't believe the euro as well. And I'll go to that shortly. But look at this, guys. If you look at the monthly, this is an overview from all the way, 50 years ago. And we've hit 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Slight little fifth one if you do want to count this one. We've hit these RSI levels over here. And right now, we are hitting for the 5th time at these zones. Now, the previous times that we have hit this, you could see it's these areas. It's always been after massive drop-offs. You could see this area over here in 08 where we hit. After that, we did grow 25%. After that, in this area over here, we did grow a total of 23% in that time. If you look over here, this was a big one where we can actually get out the ruler and I can show you guys where we're at right now. We grew a total of 90% after that. So it is crazy to see the levels we're at now, but we are seeing that the major indicators are getting to points they haven't been for a long time. Now, every time they have hit these points, it's always been the best area of a capitulation or a reversal. Now, if I go into smaller time frames on the British pound here, the fact that it's speeding up so quickly, when we always speak about the terminology in crypto or anything like that, when something goes too fast, it doesn't last. And what do we want to see after that? We want to see that strong move, and then we want to see that long tail. We want to see that exaggeration, that panic. And you can see very clearly that there's nothing more but panic right now. What I do like, though, is I do like the strong acceleration, the strong wick sort of form over here. And I do like that the monthly is at a place that it hasn't been in a long time. So for me, the way I'm looking at it is there can be a slight more downside within the British pound, but I do think we are getting to a point where we're going to have a really strong bounce within the British pound, within a lot of currencies to the dollar. Now, why is this important? Before I jump into the other, because we want to know when the hell is this thing going to stop? Because ever since this thing has been reaching the levels that it has, the dollar index, we've just had a really shitty market. We've had a bad stock market. We've had a bad crypto market. We've had many of these things, and that's purely because the dollar is strengthening and everything is just getting to the dollar right now. But we are at that point where, remember that from the early 2000s, 20 years ago, we were in this area with the dollar, and now we're hitting that again. And look how we're starting to reach this area of, in my opinion, it's a top capitulation. It's something where we start to get uncontrollably growth, where something's growing so damn fast and it doesn't stop. Remember, similar to Luna, similar to a lot of these tokens, where they just run and they just all of a sudden hit like they just do not stop. And it feels we're hitting the exact same thing with the dollar right now, where it's hitting such a strong level where it's just not stopping at this point. And for me, it's quite simple. The dollar for me is risky. There's no way that I can turn anything into dollars right now. People got it in their mind right now. The stock market's not looking good. Crypto market's not looking good. What do we do? Oh, let's sell off. Let's go into dollars. Like for me, you got to pay attention to this chart right now, because this is a shit coin. I'm just giving you a basic example that it's a shit coin that's going to the moon right now. Everyone's FOMOing into it right now. And it's very simple. When a token FOMOs like this, treat it as a normal token, treat it as a normal crypto. It is time to take profits. And it's just giving us another sign that we've had all the other currencies have a 20 to 40% drop within the last year. There's going to be a strong bounce within those. There's going to be a strong reversal within the dollar. Now, one thing I do want you to be aware of is there is still a range of the dollar still going to the 120. We have hit our last resistance and we did break through it. So there is still a small possibility that there is a slight continuation of another 6-7% within the dollar. But for me, anywhere in this range over here is danger zone, and it is time to take profits. People want to know, should I get out of crypto now? Is it going to fall another 50%? Is the stock market going to fall another 50%? my opinion of it is you're going to go to a dollar, you're going to go into a currency that has had non-stop growth within the last 12 to 18 months. It just has not stopped growing. You're actually you're falling into the trap, into the simple trap. This is such a trap right now where they're going to make everyone, this is where the whales, like they are so smart, these guys. This is why the rich will always get richer, because they're so smart. They're showing you right now that you be afraid of crypto, be afraid of stock markets, be afraid of everything. Come into our dollar. Okay, then you come look at the dollar, and the dollar has been ripping and ripping. Is this not FOMO? Remember when Bitcoin was 60K and everyone was buying Bitcoin at 60K? Do you remember those times? Why? Because it's going to 100. Remember? And that's exactly what they're doing now. What happens then? People sell off of their stocks, they sell out of their crypto, they all get into the dollar. What happens then? The big guys buy into the thing, the dollar reverses all of a sudden, and now you are stuck in the middle range. So what I see from here is even the dollar, when it broke through this, we never tested. I'm not saying that it's full bull market or anything like that. What I am saying though is at some point in this area, I see us having a pullback into this area, at least coming to retest in that time. Now, this is a monthly chart. This gives us an area that I see the dollar after this strong push that it's having right now. I do see it decreasing over months. I do see it slowing down over months. I do see the British pound. I do see the euro. I do see these things gaining momentum again. Not to say it's going to break through and be at the levels that it was, but I see reversal coming with that. And now I got to take that into the picture that Bitcoin and crypto market is 70 to 80% down. Stock market, I think, is around 25% down to that area. And it's very simple for me that my main area is to find good areas of buying within the crypto markets, getting out of dollars into that and into the stock market into that time. It's just giving me the conviction again that I'm fishing again in the right pond. Now, quick overview, there's not too much to chat on these, but if you have a look at the yen, look where the yen is right now. It's only been here 1, 2, 3 times on that RSI before. Every time before that, where the yen's been at these areas, we had a 45% growth in that area. If you do take top to bottom, though, we did have over 100% growth in that time. If you do look at this area over here of where we were previously, we did have up to a 26 to 20% growth in the yen in that time. And now we're there again. Very simple. When something speeds up like this, capitulation. So much panic right now. It is a panic to be bought, in my opinion. It's a panic to not get shaken out. It's quite easy to see how they're trapping the world right now. Let's look at the euro. Look where the euro is at right now. And same thing. If you look at this chart here, 1, 2, 3 times that we have been here in the last 40 years. And you can see the previous time we were here, there was a crazy growth. I think that was over 100% growth after that push over there. This time over here, there was up to a 26 to a 28% growth in this area over here. And now we are getting there too. Now, there is a little bit slight more downside, little bit. Now, what I'm saying with that is I was looking at the dollar, possible another 6 to 8% to the upside, right? The DXY. And that's the same with these. It means the British pound can still come down another 6%. But end of the day, we are in the area where I do think there's going to be a really strong bounce. I do think the dollar will slow down slightly. Now, I take this all into consideration with the euro, with the pesos. This is actually one that looks pretty good. I actually told my mom this morning, maybe I'm going to sell all my crypto and get into the Mexican peso, because it's the one chart that's actually doing all right. And it's it's pretty close to a breakout. So I might go into the Mexican peso for the next few months. One that's showing pretty good. But either way, you have one chart, 2 charts going parabolic to the upside, and you have 90 charts going parabolic to the downside. It's quite an obvious thing now, and quite an obvious sign of what they're actually doing at this point, and how they scare the crap out of people and get people shaken out through these times, and how they make you make the most stupidest mistakes by doing this. Very, very, very important. So let's go have a look quickly at this, because we are at a very critical level within the stock market again. We are at that zone where stock market has one more major support. It's got a lot of support now between 28.7 and the 29.6 sort of area. And this is the area, looking at all those other charts, that I do see some sort of bounce. Now, will we get a higher high after that? We will soon see. but I'm probably 60 to 70% sure that in this area over here, we're going to get some sort of temporary stock market bounce. After that, it's very important that it breaks through. I still think with the elections, I still think they're going to hype the market up. I don't see how Biden will be selected again with the current state that the world's in right now. So I still think there's some sort of push over here, but there is. If we don't hold these levels, the next levels are down to 26, and then we're looking at down to 22. And there's even a possibility, if we look at the S&P, very important, and I'll show you guys the monthly here. If you look here at these areas, if we don't hold the zones we're at right now, there is an area of coming down another 30%, and there's an area where we come down over here, and that's a 50%. Now, if I want to paint this in, I think the next bull market is 2024. I still think it's then. I still think the world is going through too much right now to just recover. I still think it's a long-term thing that's been happening. I don't think it recovers like this. I do think we have the range to still make money, and the markets range for a while, especially with crypto and that. But I think that we get a little bit of a bounce within the rest of this year, within the markets, a small bounce up. And I think next year we see one of the biggest crashes we've ever seen. I do think that next year is still a lot more death. And this sort of puts me into the picture of, okay, we've been looking at Bitcoin. We've been looking at, is Bitcoin going to get 12K? Are we going to get these lower areas of Bitcoin first, and then have a continuation up? And for me, I think we're at the area of the temporary low for Bitcoin for this year, I think is in. I do think it can have a slight wick of going to, let me just get my chart up over here. I do think that there's a slight chance of us going, yes, to 17 or to 16K before that. But I think from here, crypto market goes up. I think it goes up into the areas of around 30K. And then I think next year we're going to get the 12 to 10K that everyone's been speaking about. I don't think we're going to hit it just yet. Now, the only thing that changes my mind on that is if stock markets lose that level and we do have that 20% drop in stock markets, then I think that we do go to the 12K first. But for me, chart-wise, I cannot go into dollars right now. If like looking at that chart, I'm stupid. I've hit myself on the head so many times last year from buying the top. I bought the top last year. Everyone bought the damn top. A lot of people bought the top of crypto, of stock markets, of everything. And now we want to go buy the top of the dollar. It's that same fight again, and I have to stick to it where I have to learn the lesson of what I went through last year. I bought the tops last year, and I'm not doing it again. And that's what puts me into the perspective of crypto from here, running up, get that dollar to cool down again, and then possibly next year the dollar goes on another run. The 10-year goes on another run again through those times. Is the to Dupes. I love Dupes. I love Kyle. I know Kyle. Me and him, we go strong, and I love his views. I just can't be bearish with that dollar like that. I just can't. I think it's so stupid. I think it's such a big trap right now, and I feel that the trap. Yes. I'm possibly bearish next year, guys. Next year. But for now, I'm bullish. There is the possibility, like I said, everything's capitulating right now. So it gets rough right now, and it does mean there can be one or two more wicks in crypto. But we've never seen the dollar this high ever. We've never seen, well, not ever, but like this run like this. We've never seen a clear trap as clear as it is right now. And I just want to give you guys the conviction again and to understand right now, do not get shaken out and don't move to the currency that's going parabolic. Because everything right now is urging you to go into the dollar. Everything is urging you right now to get out of stocks, get out of crypto, get out of those things. And please be aware that we've been through this before. And if one of the biggest things that I can do on this show and what I've done is to help us learn from our mistakes. We've done this previously, and they're trying to get us to get back into it again, and I cannot. So I'm still at that point where I'm getting 99%. I'm about 80%, I would say I'm in the crypto market. About 75. I got about 20% left within cash. That's just because I was building some dollars this year. But in this area that we are right now, and by the time we break this trend over here, I will be 99% within crypto through that time. I'm not getting shaken out to those levels. And I think the biggest thing from this show again is that conviction. don't get shaken out right now. See the traps when they're obvious as could be, because it's an obvious trap that's in front of your faces right now, and they're trying to shake you out again through those areas. So very important, guys. Now let's quickly go through the short time frame on Bitcoin. I'm still at the area. Let's actually show you the chart. I want to do a live trading show today, so pop yes if you want me to do one. I do want to do one. I think it's a great time for crypto is doing pretty well at this point. I'm just holding up, and it's in a range and it's looking pretty good. So short time frame, we do have this little wedge forming. Bitcoin broke its first higher high this morning. It's retested, and it's in a really good area now, with a stop loss in the area of protection. But a pretty good area for us going back to the 20K. I think Bitcoin goes and tries to attempt the 20K again. I think, like, for me, the stock market's got to bounce. Like, we got to hit some sort of temporary bounce right now. Everything's capitulating. Like, I just got to stick to that. It does get a little bit tricky now with stop losses and getting stopped out on that. But I'm paying attention this week on getting some good longs for us. I think we're going to have a 2-week, 3-week. I still think October is a good month for us, especially for crypto. I really think it's a good time for that. So for me, Bitcoin over here, if we hold this area and we hold this little breakout, I think Bitcoin goes and cracks 20K again. I think it goes and retraces this big wave over here. And if it does do that, it goes to our major trend, which is basically 21.3, and we'll then see how we react at that level. If we go to what my two moves are still with Bitcoin, is this one over here. And this is it. As long as we hold that low, there's still a very good bullish play that can play out. And for me, it does. Bitcoin goes to 22, 23 from here. It retests 20, and it's on its way to 30K. That's sort of the play that I'm looking at when that dollar reverses. And I think it's coming really soon. So I love Kyle. I love all of that. Risk to reward, it is way, way, way more rewarding to be bullish right now than bearish. When you have everything capitulating like that to the downside, and you have everything going down, you know, when you feel sick, to buy right now, and you feel like, like this is whatever, then you know you're buying in the right position. When it feels absolutely terrible, it feels like, what the hell am I doing? Am I going mad? That's when you know you're getting in the right area. When the people are feeling like that, and you're at that area of that sort of time is where you're looking at. And I'm at that. I am not missing the opportunity of these areas. We are still waiting for the major trend break on Bitcoin, which is that one. And if all goes to plan, we hold the lows this week, 2 weeks, we get a Dixie reversal, we get a 10-year treasury reversal, we get a stock market bounce. We go up to this trend, we break the trend, which is slowly coming down, which means right now that major trend comes all the way from the high in November last year. And if we break that, it means we got to basically break 22K. And we're breaking probably one of the most important trend lines that we've seen in a long time, because this could be the reversal of this whole wave down here. It can be a retracement to the upside again. And that is coming so near. You could see it's literally showing us, I say, the next 2 weeks. The next 2 weeks, we see 12K, or we see 25 to 30K, the breakout to that level. So the breakout to that level, we'll see the very clear indication on where we're going from then. I think there'll be enough time for us to exit if that does happen, to farm a lot more tokens and just focus on those entries. Remember, if market's bearish and going down, you focus on getting better entries. There's no money to be made. So how can I dollar cost, and how can I get my entries all the way down for the next bull market? But if this line breaks, there's no more time. There's no more time. Whatever you got in, make sure you're ready for it and ride it from that. Start focusing on TP strategies and where you can start taking profits. So I think we're near a really strong place again. And if someone is asking that if we get that $1,000 on or that $100 on a 10x from ByBit, if you sign on that link, it is coming later, guys. You'll see it below. I'll be working on a long for Ethereum for that time. I think that there's a decent long coming for Ethereum at that time.
So Sheldon, that link is loaded, bud. So
okay, it's loaded, guys. It's loaded. It's loaded.
The bottom line is it's only available to people who have not traded leverage before. So if you're on Bybit, you've got to move $1,000 into your futures account, and then click on the link that's in the description below, and it will allow you to take a 10x trade. They give you $100 to take a 10x trade, either long or short on ETH. So I'm not sure which way you'd go right now, Sheldon. Maybe have a
I'll help
look.
with that. I think after today we'll have a good decision, but I think long. What's happening with Luna again? Like I know there was a Binance announcement, right?
Yeah, so Binance have announced that they're going to implement the burning on spot trades as well. So that's, I mean, what's that pump? 50% or more by now? What is it?
This coin, bro. This coin.
What's that candle in percentage?
So if we look here from bottom to top, 63%. Crazy. Don't buy Luna, guys. That's just my opinion on it. We'll catch it earlier next time. Luna's okay. Luna's looking a bit better than Luna C. Don't touch Luna C. Don't touch Luna either. I'll let you guys know when there's another, because we got a 200% trade the last time. I think it was actually more in that time. For me, guys, as I spoke last week, I'm buying Cardano. For me, it's still one of the best ones, and I think it's going to do what XRP is doing. I think XRP is slowing down slightly. I think it's just resetting of the RSIs. I still think XRP, any entries in the low 40s, I'm buying more if I can, and I'm holding this out for the rest of the year. I think XRP is going to be one of the top runners. I'm still focusing on Matic and Phantom as short-term runs. And then let's get the macro scale out of the way. I've given you guys a view. It is risky to get into dollars right now. It may go up another 6%, but you're buying the 69K top on Bitcoin if you go into dollars right now. Crypto and stocks and these things are the right place to be at this point. It's the most uncomfortable time. It's the most stressful time, but that's when you are in the right position. I wanted to get the conviction back this day. I wanted to go through the high time frame views with you guys today, and the rest of the week let's focus on making trades. Let's do live trading shows, the private trading shows, and make sure you're on Discord. Like, let's trade, let's make money, and let's kick ass the rest of the week. We now have an overview. You now know you need to be here every day. Smash that like one more time. Let's kick ass together, and I love you all lots. I'll see you all either later or I'll see you all tomorrow. Much love, Banter fam.